And welcome to The Push. I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood, and we are at episode 21, Steve.
And I've got no shirt on.
You've got no shirt on.
Because I'm actually, there's my nipple for anybody who wants to see, my enlarged nipples.
A couple of tats showing.
A couple of tats.
Steve's in good shape at the moment.
Well, you know, it's good to have some one thing in your life going well.
Well, it's a big positive, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like, but again, like I mentioned, I think last time we spoke, I tend to divert into that if things are going awry in the rest of my life.
So other things in your life have been going awry, and you've managed to channel
the madness
into the training and the dieting, yeah.
Clearly, look,
so you've been. Fuck, he's a tank. He's a beast.
Just on a side note, how long do you keep your jocks before you say enough's enough?
Oh, like the holy ones,
like
the favourites.
Just so I can show a bit more of my abs, but like my Calvin Klein's like this at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that do you sustain that much longer?
Are they a favourite for a particular reason?
Not really. No. Or I just no.
Do you have others?
Other jocks?
Yeah.
No, this is the only pair.
Apart
from the jock straps
and the speedos.
Yeah,
you must have a whole drawer full of speedos.
Yeah, it's I have 3 drawers: Calvin Klein's, speedos, and jock straps, and then the leather stuff down the bottom.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I have to check that out later. Maybe I can borrow something.
I don't think you want them. They're all sticky.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, no. Look, this fucking hell, man. Like, I'm grateful that that my wife amazingly puts up with me, and B, that I've got some really good friends, such as yourself and Rania and Nick and Jen and Marcella.
Yeah.
I've got, and a network outside of that, which I can turn to when stuff gets hard.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, your other friends were a bit more sympathetic than I was when you
just
told me.
Fuck up, really.
Well, I basically did. Yeah, put whatever's happened in the past and fucking get back on where we should be. Yeah,
which is true, and I've suffered that all my life. Like, just with, I was thinking about that with. Do you see a therapist?
I was, but I haven't seen one for about 4 months.
Because we've lost so many people in the gym over the years that have gone down the
depression and things like that,
and then they've gone down the medical route of being prescribed stuff,
right?
And they've never really addressed the core problem. And before you know, they're walking zombie. They're walking dead.
That medication, man. The what are they called? The
psych meds.
Yeah, and also the ones that make you feel better when you're feeling depressed and shit.
Drugs in general. I put my shirt on. I feel a bit exposed.
No, like manic depressive people.
Yeah.
With them. What are those ones called again? Prozac. That shit.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
But if people get on that, like I knew someone who was on it for 10 years, and they're just fucked. Like they're not.
Well, they're
right.
flatlined. They're flatlined, yeah. Like they don't because it just nullifies all the peaks and troughs.
Right. But then if you go off it or you forget to take it or whatever, then fucking your world turns upside down, doesn't it?
I imagine so. It has to be managed really closely by a doctor. But I mean, again, they're just stabbing in the dark, really, aren't they? Perhaps this one will work.
Yeah. I think doctors do that a lot with medication, even particularly antibiotics. You go to the doctor and say, I've got a sore something. They go, oh, here, prescribe this. And then you come back a week later and it hasn't, or 10 days later, it hasn't done anything. They go, oh, okay, we'll try this one.
Yeah,
they have no fucking idea.
By which time you've probably ruined your gut health. And
absolutely.
And probably created another superbug.
I fucking hate taking medications unless I really, really have to.
Yeah.
Try not to.
Yeah, so like as I said, it's nice to have good friends, and but also open communication is really important as well. Without it, it's I don't know.
With those same people, the same people.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, like I can tend to isolate sometimes, and think I'll go to the beach by myself,
right?
And because it'll be good for me. But when really you got, what are you doing by yourself? You're just in your own head, doing your own head in.
Yeah.
Sure, it's better to do someone else's head in.
Do you do your own head in like that?
Absolutely, continuously.
Right. So when you're on your own, you just dwell about shit. And you go over
it just depends how well I'm travelling.
But when say things are taking
Rough,
a turn,
yeah. Don't you? How do you mitigate that?
I'm talking with someone, even if it's like a partner or a friend or a therapist, really does make a difference.
Sure.
Even I used to be quite sort of dubious or skeptical about whether that actually did, and I would wouldn't talk about things. But when I saw a therapist for like a year, finishing a few months ago, I think it made a difference. Even if there wasn't a major issue, I would still be able to talk about what was going on, and you get a little bit of perspective or a little bit of possible advice. I think it's more beneficial than what people give it credit for.
I agree. Well, we're tribal creatures. We're supposed to interact and
communicate. Yeah.
It's what we're supposed to do. And isolating. The reason we feel a bit weird when we spend too long by ourselves is because I think. Well, I read this that as tribal creatures, if you were ostracized from the group back in the tribal days, chances of your survival isn't very high because you're away from your peers who are going to help you get food.
Yeah, protection and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
so it makes sense to actually safety in numbers.
So how do these people go who like hermit themselves and spend days and weeks and spend a lot of time by themselves? People who live on their own.
Well, I think there's difference. There's people that actually do like meditation and silent retreats, or maybe they're doing it on a spiritual level, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm just talking about like I've known a few people over the years that live by themselves and hardly have
contact.
And then when you actually do, like back in New Zealand, I would catch up with this guy,
right?
And he would just talk constantly for like 3 hours before I could even get a word.
Because he hasn't seen anyone.
Yeah, and it's hard to get away. So,
yeah.
Like, I've kind of got to be like, okay, putting a cup of tea down and saying thanks and backing out, and he's still talking and throwing stuff because he lives by himself.
Yeah.
Never gets to talk to anyone. So it's just all
can't be healthy.
Vomits out of his mouth when he does have someone to talk to. No, I don't think it can be. It's got to. In fact, thinking about it, he was a little bit sort of.
Is he still around?
Funny. I haven't had contact with him for a long time.
A few people that I've known that have had that behaviour aren't around anymore, and they were big potheads.
Right.
Actually,
isolate.
One
he was as well.
Yeah. Isolate. Lived in a caravan. I used to play. Super talented musician, and ended up cutting through his femoral artery and bleeding out by himself.
How?
Well,
accidentally.
Well, I don't know, with a knife. Like I can't imagine it was accidental.
He cut himself through the leg to die.
Yeah, be over quickly. 2 minutes, you bleed out.
Well, that's more effective than wrist.
Yeah, femoral artery is the second biggest artery next to.
So why do people cut their wrists to do that then?
I think that's not super effective as your femoral artery.
You could cut your fucking neck. That'd be pretty effective.
but I mean, you could cut through that pretty easily and painlessly, I reckon. And it's very close to the surface, depending on how fat you are.
Yeah.
When you're really lean, you can see that big vein pulsing.
And you can see the veins in your legs as well, Steve.
That's what I was referring to.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Sorry.
Depending on what you're wearing. If you're wearing a leather jockstrap, you can see it. You can see everything pulsing.
You should model one of those for us next time.
Yeah, see, talking about that's cheered me up already. Why is that?
Yeah, this would be good for you.
Good therapy.
Yes, indeed. So episode 21, Stevie.
21, which reminds me to say that you should like, share, and subscribe.
And
send us some fucking cash, bitches.
Yeah, I've got to pay my ex out.
Yeah, you do.
For some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, divorce payments.
I
wasn't even married.
I pay for my teeth. 10 grand.
Hey, last time, was it last time? Oh, maybe it was the time before. Last time, yeah, it was last time maybe. Anyway, you're talking about golden showers, Steve.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I've had 2 golden showers since we last spoke.
What? You're discussing this publicly?
So, Jade handed me Ace to give him a shower. Him in the
it's
shower.
Not really the same thing.
So I was holding him against my chest,
and he peed on you.
and I felt this warm, which wasn't the water because the water wasn't there. This warm,
kids
liquid
do that.
falling, like coming down. So I got pissed on in the shower.
Yeah.
By little Ace, and that was fun.
Yeah,
And,
kids can do that.
and then again, a couple of days later, with one of the typical take the nappy off, and then, well, not in the face, but
Yeah.
all over the bed, all over my stomach, and all over my leg. Yeah, so twice I got pissed on.
Yeah. I think the less we talk about that, the better. I saw some photos of some school photos this morning.
Yes.
I wasn't allowed to take any. Bianca said that every year, of course, you take a start of the year photo.
Yes.
Bianca said, "No, Daddy, no photos. I'm not doing it." I said, "Come on." I said, "No, I'm not doing it." And then when we got to the school, park across the road, I start getting out to walk across the road. "Daddy, what are you doing? Get in the car." I'm walking across the road by myself.
Wow.
Across the crossing by myself. She's a big girl now.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken.
What is she? Year 5?
Grade 5.
Yeah. Okay.
11 in April.
Yeah.
Going
Wow.
on 21.
That's like, yeah, I haven't experienced any of that yet. No, my boys, I think, are more. What is that? Is she wanting to be grown up?
Yeah, look, it's funny because on the way to the school, like we're holding hands in the car and listening to music. Who does she listen to at the moment? Chick with grey purple hair. Name escapes me now. Anyway, listen to music on the way to the car. It's really nice. Daddy daughter bonding. We get close to the vicinity of the school. She said, turn the music down.
Grande?
No, more indie than that. We have to turn the music down, close the windows, and it has to be very serious.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Do you get kisses in front of other people?
No. Oh, it's very sort of rushed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hypersensitive about other people's opinions. Or other friends' opinions.
Why is that? Why is that with girls?
I don't know. I think they're all like that at that school.
Yeah. Is it a bit posh?
No, they're just I don't know. Yeah, a little bit posh. It's funny, I hear her speaking and she really sounds like a Eastern Suburbs princess.
Yeah, right. She speaks clearly.
She does speak well. Yeah. And she's got a really good vocabulary because she reads continuously.
Reading is good.
Yeah, it's great.
Reading is very good.
It's great. Have you been? Did you watch any of Killing Eve?
I haven't watched it.
You have to watch it, man. It's
Yeah,
the best show on TV.
But I've got to do something with ABC, and I haven't.
ABC
done
iView. Put the app on your phone.
Well,
It's not rocket science.
No.
So on that, there's that end of the spectrum, which is great TV, and then on the other end, one of my clients says he watches Married at First Sight. What the fuck? Who? I can't even begin to understand.
Jade watches it.
Shout out to Jade for bad TV taste. Why?
I don't know. I guess they're excited by weddings and people getting married at first sight. You understand the premise, right?
Yeah. I just don't understand. Well, I've never been one for what's that genre? My brain's fried.
Reality shows.
Reality shows
Nah,
where you're looking at people that aren't actors. Like when there's so much good content with skilled, brilliant thespians.
Yeah, that's true.
Why watch some dude from Maroubra and some chick from I don't know.
Manly.
Man.
So they match a psychologist and someone else match up out of all the applicants. They pick whatever it is, 6 women and 6 men.
Yeah.
And they match up who they think is going to be a good match and throw them together in an experiment of marriage. And I think people like to watch because they like to watch the controversy. Who's going to like have sex? Who's going to maybe cheat with one of the other? Because they all live in one house too.
Right.
Who's going to who's going to flirt with the other one?
So it's not Married at First Sight as such because they've seen each other. They've seen each other. They saw each other.
No, they get married first. That's the first time they see them. Is the wedding. The wedding's set in a park or whatever, and the groom's there, and the chick walks in or rides in or whatever, and they get, hi, how are you? Let's get married.
Okay.
And then they live as a married couple, and you watch them interact, and obviously there's going to be drama.
Are they banging?
Some are.
All right.
Yeah. Last year, some did.
There's that.
But I don't know. I guess people like to see the drama. Maybe it's a bit like people turning to religion. Their own lives aren't full enough.
Yeah.
They need to look at something else for their justification or put their shit into perspective or laugh at someone else for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if you do that with religion.
No,
Love,
no, they don't.
loving Jesus on the cross.
But they.
I think people like to watch a car wreck. They like to watch a train wreck.
Yeah, that's more.
So the worst, and so conflict and just general debauchery is exciting to watch, I guess. And you start, I guess, gelling with certain characters.
Yeah, you'll like some and you'll hate others.
I can't do it.
People love that shit.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it either. I actually go outside and lay out on a couch out in the backyard while she watches that.
I think your IQ actually diminishes for every hour that you watch it.
Maybe the people who watch it don't start with a very comfortable
No,
IQ.
I can't imagine. Apart from Jade, of course.
I go out and listen to Rogan
Gangster rap.
podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Much better time spent.
It is. Much better.
Although, did you try to listen to the Tyson one? Mike Tyson?
Yep.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yep. Why couldn't you?
Just boring interview, I think.
Right.
How much lisping do you want to listen to?
I then listen to. I then checked out his podcast, Mike Tyson's podcast.
He's got a podcast.
Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
Okay. Hotboxing meaning smoking in a room.
Yeah. Well, he has some decent guests.
And they'll get stoned.
Or Mike Tyson does. But yeah, like you just said then, boring. And I listened to about 10 minutes of one with Mickey Rourke, and I'm like, this is fucking lame. I thought Mickey Rourke might be a cool person to interview.
I don't think he would be.
He's not.
He's a great actor, though.
He's not a good person to
Have you seen The Wrestler?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was disturbed by how closely his life mirrored mine.
Yes, I recall. I went to see that with little Paulie before he moved to Spain.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Cazza, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. So Mickey Rourke's and Mike Tyson's stories were like, I remember that time we were in Monaco.
Yeah.
When was that? Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, because
They can't remember half the details.
Coked off their head.
They can remember a bit. They remember parts of the incidents that happened, but they can't put a date on it, and they can't be bothered trying to think of when the date was.
No.
They can't even put a year on it.
Well, I think Mickey Rourke would find it hard because there's so much filler and plastic surgery going on as well. It's probably
he looked
affecting
bad.
his brain.
His face looked bad.
Great actor, yeah. What a waste.
He was a great actor, and even his little resurgence that he's had, he's been pretty good too. In his latest few
I don't know
years.
if Expendables.
Sin City, he was alright in Expendable.
Sin City was a cool movies.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez.
Is that the guy that makes them?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Also makes Spy Kids, which I've had to sit through way too many times. And also Dusk Till Dawn. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
With
George Clooney
and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And
that chick.
which we're not going to remember her name, are we?
She was
with the snake.
You know, she's
her.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mexican, whatever she is. She's hot.
Super hot.
Oh, you'd like her.
I do like her. What's not to like?
I can picture her.
Yeah, well, that's not really helping our listeners, is it? If we could have a view into Kev's brain.
She was in Wild Wild West. She was
not
in,
a best use of the talents. Do you have a type? Have you had? I don't know if we've discussed it. I think we've discussed.
Yeah, I
this.
like that type. Her.
She's female with a pulse. Dark, curvy, voluptuous.
Yeah, that's it. All of those things.
Ethnic.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Can't really go wrong.
Oh, her name's on the tip of my tongue.
I've pretty much dated the same girl my entire life. Really. Like, I'm obviously not the same girl, but like versions of the same girl.
Yeah.
Same hair.
Yeah, no, I can't say that. I've had a variety, but I do like the dark, ethnic, sultry look.
Mm.
Oh, her name's on the tip of my tongue. Selma
Hayek.
Yeah.
Shout out to Selma Hayek.
She's hot. She's been hot for years. She
just the accent. She could be reading her laundry list, and it would sound sexy.
She went to Africa and fed a malnourished baby with her own breast milk. Did you know about that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, she pulled her tit out and started feeding a baby.
Was she pregnant?
She had just had a kid, I think.
That's very odd.
Well, she had excess, and this baby was fucking starving, and she got fucking shit for that. And
why?
By public people were saying that she shouldn't have done it.
Why not?
She's like, I'm a mother. The kid needed milk. I gave her the kid.
Beautiful
a feed.
gesture.
It's great.
Could I do it?
Anything to get some of Hayek's boobs out, I say.
I say, Goddamn girl.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really, but you know what? The whole pregnant woman thing.
Pregnant women don't do it for you?
Not at all, man.
Does it for some people?
Yeah, you?
A bit?
No. Yeah, that was just straight hiatus during that time.
No sex for 9 months?
Well, no, not with just the latter part.
Right.
When things were getting real. Shit was getting real.
Right.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. A bit creepy. I
don't follow pregnant women around the mall.
Some people do. I'm pretty vanilla, as you know. And no, that's one of the few things I'm not really into.
Okay. You being really good with your training and diet is converse to
Yours.
me.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. The last time we did a podcast, I said, right, it's a new week. I've had a month off. I'm going to be on the straight and narrow, and I continued to eat shit each night for like a whole week.
Good though. It's so good.
But
So addictive though.
this is my third day. This is my day 3 right now. So I've done two full days of just eating my Fit Fresh Food meals. Fit Fresh Food.
Yeah.
.com.au.
Mm-hmm.
And today's the third day. So I've had 2 meals, and I'm keeping it. I got to do something because I put on. I dropped 10 kilos on the summer shred.
Yeah.
But I put 3 back on.
That's all right.
Well, it's all right. Yeah, it's acceptable, but not really, because I was looking really good with 10 kilos off.
Yeah.
So now I'm back up to 91.7. So back on. Training's good, eating's good.
Cardio?
I haven't put any cardio on, but I've got that as an ace up my sleeve.
Yeah.
I can bring that in.
Yes.
If
As
things,
needed.
if things don't progress how I want
If
it.
you plateau, so to speak.
But I tend to, if I don't eat any shit and I do my normal training,
it's enough.
then I tend to lose about half a kilo a week.
Yeah.
On average, which is about what you want to do,
Yeah.
for steady gains and for maintaining your muscle.
I haven't done any cardio this week.
Steady loss, I mean.
Yeah.
Maintaining your muscle.
Yeah. It's all about the food, isn't it?
It
It's
is
fucking
totally
all about the food. You can try and bargain your way through and kid yourself, but it's all about the calories.
And people say that, I need to get back into training. I'm like, well, what you really need to do is clean up your fucking food.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing enough cardio. No.
Yeah.
Stop eating Tim Tams.
Yeah, that's it.
But then
we've introduced healthy eating for everyone in the house.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so really trying to improve my older boys' food intake, because Jake was quite a fussy bastard and would eat. He has certain things that he likes, like bread and rice
chips. He likes
and
chips.
pasta and hot chips. All of these things that are carbs and not that many vegetables. There's only a couple that he'll eat. And he won't eat chicken. He'll only eat chicken nuggets, and it's very, So we've had to put our foot down and introduce more vegetables and just tell him that he's got to eat it.
Yeah.
And what was the
Catalyst.
but for introducing that was a thing on Netflix that you have to watch called The Magic Pill.
Okay.
And it's all about don't discount it, because they talk about dieting with ketosis, right? Keto diet, but it's basically about how the food industry fucked us 50 years ago.
Yes.
With the whole fat versus sugar thing, saying saturated fat's bad, got to cut down on fat.
Yeah.
And then they pumped sugar into everything,
Carbs.
so you take the fat out. And every Western nation's been getting fatter and fatter and fatter for that whole time, with the misguided belief that red meat is bad, and eggs are bad, and full cream milk is bad, and all these, the saturated fat is bad, and eat low fat this, low fat that, and you've got cholesterol. That's right. So what they do in the course of the show, is they get a whole bunch of people. There's some overweight people. They've got all sorts of problems with diabetes, and they're fucked health wise. And then there's one that's got chronic asthma. And there's a kid that's really severely autistic. A girl, she's a young girl, 9 or 8 or something, and she's very autistic, having seizures 50 times a day,
It's terrible.
and thrashing herself around the place, and non-verbal, no words.
That would be crushing for a parent.
But they show what all these people are eating. They're drinking these massive things of Coca-Cola and
Just rubbish.
And they change their diet and they put them on meat and vegetables and water.
Right.
That's what they eat.
Yeah.
They go through their pantries and take out anything that's got sugar, and they clear out 95% of what they've got in the house.
Sure.
With cereals and
everything,
yeah. And they put them on these diets, and within 2 weeks there's improvements to everyone,
Including the girl.
And after, I can't remember the time frame, maybe 8 or 9 weeks, she is picking up a fork and using it herself.
Wow.
She couldn't do that before. She's even saying some words like no, like they're asking her things, and no seizures anymore. It's just insane, the improvements. Like watching it, I was just sat there watching the whole thing. It was great. It's
What's
great.
called?
The Magic Pill.
Right.
The Magic Pill. And the Magic Pill really is fucking eating what we're supposed to eat. Plants and plants and animals.
Yes.
It looks at factory farming and how bad that is, and it's very good, man. I'll
check it out.
I've recommended my in-laws to watch it.
Right.
I've recommended my Jake and Toby's mum to watch it because I want her to be on board with the healthy eating.
Yeah.
So when it's late into the evening and I haven't got the boys anything to eat, I'll just give them sausages and pasta.
Yeah.
The sauce, and that's all 3 of those things is no good.
Mm.
Sausages from the supermarket, pasta's just shit, and sauce is full of sugar.
Well, you could just as easily really just quickly cook a steak and maybe have a baked potato and some greens.
Yeah, that's right. Right. And there are some greens that they eat. So there's certain things they'll eat like carrot and corn and celery.
I eat a lot of baby spinach. I find that really easy to eat.
Right. Yeah, well, I might try that. So look, it really prompted us to initiate this new eating plan, and look, he whinges a bit.
Yeah.
When he sees it on the table. But
if he knows that's the only option.
And that's right. In this documentary with the autistic girl, she basically refused to eat almost anything for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then she was obviously so hungry that she just started eating it. The chicken.
The kids aren't going to starve.
And she started eating it, and then she was like shoveling it in.
Yeah.
And they were just blown away because she was throwing scrambled eggs against the wall, and she was really losing it in the first 3 days.
Yes.
Everything improved. Everything, her behaviour and her, like I said, the seizures. It's really good. Well, the Magic Pill, you've got to watch it.
Pill. You know, Jordan Peterson, his daughter has severe rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
My mum had the same thing. My mum had her first operation at 21.
Yeah, my Jade's sister Courtney has it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad.
Right. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
She was on the verge of getting her ankle was going to be fused.
Oh, far out.
She's had a lot of surgeries already. My mum died with nearly more metal than bone in her body.
Because the bone's so fucked?
The bone just becomes like cheese, just collapses.
Oh. It goes soft. It actually goes soft.
It just crumbles. It's just but it affects the joints as well. There's a lot of inflammation.
Courtney's in pain all the time.
Yes.
Like jaw bones and stuff around her head.
And they just feed them with a lot of drugs. Jordan Peterson's daughter and Jordan's Peterson both are on a carnivore diet. All she eats is steak, meat, right?
Wow.
And she's completely without symptoms.
No way.
Yeah, you should speak to Jade's sister about it.
She's gone the other way. She's gone vegan.
No.
No good.
No.
Courtney,
have a look at Jordan. I think it's Michaela Peterson. Have a look at her Instagram.
How old is she?
Early 20s.
Yeah, right.
And was looking at down the barrel of more and more surgery, and she swears by it. She's a big advocate for it now.
Is she on like CBD as well? That sort of stuff?
Maybe, I'm not sure, but she said that see, if you're vegan, you're going to be eating so much carbs.
Yeah.
To replace if you're trying to replace a whole food group with small portions of food that have minimal protein. And the only way to get the protein is to eat large amounts of it.
Yeah.
You just load up on carbs, which is exactly what you're talking about.
I think she has like some hemp protein supplement.
Okay. Yeah.
And some vegetable protein supplements.
Okay.
That she can add. You can buy like pea protein. protein powder, which isn't full of carbs. Like
no. But if she's doing it purely from if it's for ethical reasons, then
I don't think it is. I think
if
it's more for her health.
If it's for her health and for her condition, then I definitely think she should check it out.
Yeah, she should. I'll let her know about that. Yeah, right. So the symptoms have gone.
Yeah, like she's
Wow.
I think Michaela Peterson.
Yeah, right.
On Instagram. Did I tell you about my when I was doing performing arts? Did I tell you about my play I was in called the I think it was called the Big Bang Show or something?
A play you were in?
I was in a play performing art when I was doing performing arts, and the audience came in and they were given there was about 7 or 8 actors on stage, frozen, and 7 or 8 instruments were circulated throughout the crowd, and the audience weren't told what to do with them. But each instrument pertained to one of the actors or characters on stage.
A musical instrument.
Yeah, like a tambourine,
yes,
or a bicycle bell.
Right.
And so every time
your instrument went off, you had to do something.
Yeah, so one actor might have
they had a specific thing that they would do.
Well, they had usually about 4 or 5. So one might be a Shakespearean soliloquy where they start doing Hamlet or something.
Yes.
When they heard the buzzer again, they'd have to change to like juggling or something. When they hear it again, they'd have to maybe do a song and dance. So the audience eventually started being able to control. And so they get to the part in the Shakespeare part where he's just about to say the big line, and then he's have to start juggling again.
Right.
My role, however, was I was on a pedestal.
Of course you were.
Of course, like goes without saying.
Yes.
Dressed in lots of different clothes, both male and female.
Yes.
Right. So one set would be a dress, and then if I heard my instrument, I'd start stripping.
Oh wow.
And then I'd have to freeze.
How come you got made the stripper?
I don't know. Maybe they saw something in me at a young age.
How old were you then?
18.
Right. So you had what, a layer of men's, then a layer of women's, and a layer of men's.
Yes.
So like pants and a shirt, and then a dress over
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So you'd take off a layer, which would reveal the
next layer.
And what would you do then?
Well, I'd be stripping and trying to be seductive, and then they freeze me in weird positions.
So you were just each time you just stripped.
Yeah.
So there was no variation for you.
Sometimes they do it quickly, so it's stop.
But there was not a variety of different things you did like the other actors.
No, just take my clothes off.
Right. And how far?
So
how many layers did you have on?
Well, that's the thing. So the show ended when all my clothes were off, apart from a pair of Jocks.
Yeah.
Which I had to turn around, and at the last minute on my last bell, I had to pull my pants down and had the end on my butt.
Wow.
And that was the show.
Did they love it? Did the crowd like it?
Of course. What's not to like?
So by the time you were stripping off your pants to reveal your bare backside,
yes,
what were all the other actors doing? They were just on stage.
Everyone was suffering because it's like once people realised exactly that they had control over the whole cast, people just fuck with you.
So one instrument, 7 different instruments were had in the crowd. There was only one of each.
Yeah. But people would pass them around and things like that, and
So they were exhausted.
It was the whole thing was.
How long did it go for?
Well, it would vary depending on how quickly the audience
worked it out.
Yeah.
So they would just randomly have these things, and they'd go, "What am I doing with this?"
That's right.
They'd make the noise or whatever,
and then they'd start moving. It's pretty cool. It was like sort of experimental theatre.
Yeah.
Very wanky, but good fun. That was my entree to stripping.
How many nights did you perform that?
I think it was like it was like on for a couple of weeks, like 3 nights or something.
Right.
In a theatre called the Cowshed in James Cook University.
Or was that up in Queensland?
In Townsville, in the deep north.
The deep north.
Yeah.
The dirty north.
It was dirty. Because I was really young. I was 18, and all the rest of a lot of them were older students, like actors that were in their 20s and sometimes 30s, and it was just a fuck fest.
Oh.
Not particularly me, because I wasn't very confident. Like I did all right, but some of the.
How many people in the class?
20, I think.
And they were just, it was a big.
It seemed like that to me at the time. I just come straight out of school, so I was pretty naive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get. It's funny. I didn't really get the. it baffled me at the time that people would just hook up without knowing each other.
So it was just like an incestuous thing with
Super incestuous. I think that's the case with acting in general.
Right. Maybe that's why why actors get into it.
Yeah. That and singing in a band.
Yes.
Yeah. The band thing's even better for that.
Mm.
Because you're in an environment where there's lots of alcohol.
So is being a stripper.
Yeah. That's even better again. Actually, I don't know. Bands is like...
Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at the famous rock stars.
Mm.
They're like...
Even the not so famous. Just playing covers down the pub, man, will get your dick sucked.
Really?
Yeah. If you're not too fussy.
Yeah.
We could do that. Start a band. Call ourselves the fucking bald old men. I don't know.
Old bald men, OBM.
Jesus, bless him on gangster shit. That would be terrible.
I actually was at a pub once, and there was the band did a cover of California Love by Dre and Tupac. It was great.
Really?
It was really good.
Some white guys.
It was in New Zealand, so they could have put in a bro or two in the band.
Passes a bit.
But they, the voices were awesome. Like they knew every word. They were like, it was very impressive. I was impressed to hear a band. Oh yeah, they normally play like rock and roll songs, covers in a pub. But, this was a beer drinking pub, and they played that.
That would have went down well, I bet.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I love when they play that stuff at the gym.
Oh,
Everyone loves it. I know why they don't do it more often. Old school hip, like...
Yeah, they who controls it?
I don't know.
The other way.
It's atrocious. Well, I do know that Alex Perry's mate Alex comes in every evening at 6 p.m. and puts on
some
Euro... Don't say it. Euro party beats from Mykonos that are quite camp.
Freaky shit.
Quite camp.
Yeah, right.
And every night, 6 p.m, Monday to Friday, it's just going off like it would be at in the bathrooms at Mardi Gras.
In the bathrooms at Mardi Gras.
Actually, the music would be better in the bathrooms at Mardi Gras, I think.
Some parties they set up a DJ in the bathroom. Have you ever seen that?
No, I didn't see that. No. On that, someone that we know had told me a story once, and we won't say the name, but they were in the bathrooms of Ark.
Yes.
Which I think we've probably spent some time there, not together, but and he had he got raided. He could hear security cops outside.
Yes. Was he in the men's or the women's?
It didn't specify.
Right.
Does it matter? Not really.
Wow.
Not really.
Probably not for this story.
No, not for this. Not for Ark really either.
Well, the men's toilets is fucking revolting in places like that.
I always was not in a condition to notice. But anyway, he had a little plastic fishy,
right,
filled with some sort of liquid substance, Diet Coke, I imagine. And
soy sauce.
Didn't know soy. Exactly. That's where it comes. That's what it used for.
Yes.
He didn't know what to do with it,
so he
swallowed the fishy.
The whole plastic fish. Why don't you just consume what was in it?
I don't know.
That would be the smart.
He might have done that, but yeah, he was. So
it swallowed the whole fish.
Hasn't come out yet.
How does he know? Has he peeked?
Well, I guess
has he peeked through every?
No, I don't know if he's done that, but not.
That's funny.
Not the best thinking.
Oh, mate, people do silly stuff, especially if they're under the influence.
They do indeed.
I knew a guy who travelled from Australia to New Zealand on a plane.
Oh, this sounds
bad. And he had a water bottle like this.
Full?
Not full, I don't know, half full or something.
You can't do that anymore because you can't walk through it.
No, you can't. You can't. With that stuff they called fantasy or whatever they call it back in the day.
Was that the bodybuilder, the guy that died?
No, he didn't die. This guy didn't die. But he got through, no worries, holding it in his hand. He was having sips on the plane.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because he wanted to have that buzz or whatever through the plane ride. And when he got to customs clearance, or where they inspect your thing,
he panicked.
He panicked.
Drank the whole thing.
Drank it all.
Dropped?
Yep.
Dropped at customs?
Yep. Had to be fucking ambulance, hospitalised, died on the table twice, brought him back. Yeah. But, obviously he wasn't thinking straight, because surely, even tipping it onto the floor would be a better option.
Yeah.
Or just not saying anything and having them assume it's water, even.
Or just tip it on the floor. What are they going to do? Gather it from the floor and analyse it? No, of course not.
They're not. So yeah, that was a fucking disaster.
That's what people do. You see that in movies all the time, eating all the drugs,
Yeah, that's right.
and hilarity ensues.
Usually it's funny.
Yeah, not if it was you though.
Have you seen Super Troopers? They do that in the car.
Thinking exactly
eating
that.
all the mushrooms and the weed. And
It's a funny movie.
you know,
we
part
watched it
two?
the other night.
Have you seen part 2?
No.
They made part 2 like 12 years later or something.
Okay.
I don't know if it's.
I think that budget must have been about $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good fun,
that was hilarious. That Indian guy, the big moustache,
Yes.
and one of the others were the main guys who made that movie. They directed
I gathered
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
But they're called Broken Lizard or something. They call their
Right.
company,
Okay.
something like that. And they've done a part 2. I'm pretty sure it's out already. I have not seen it, but
Mm.
you'd have to smoke up before watching that. Though I'm sure it's another stoner comedy.
Yeah, not for me.
No, you don't like that.
None
shit.
of us. No, never have.
Yeah, oh well, that's it. That's all right.
More for you.
It's going to become legal soon.
You think?
Well, not soon.
In Australia?
It will.
Yeah, maybe.
They'll get there. It'll be like.
I just legalise everything. Really?
Yeah, but the chances of that happening are way slimmer and far into the future
I can't
compared
believe-
with weed. Like weed will be the first thing they'll legalise it for medicinal use across the board, for medicinal only, and then they'll start. You know, people like there was a bid. Did you see on the news? I rarely watch the news, but there's some dude. He's a professor, a doctor, or something, who's tried to submit an application to have ecstasy legalised here.
Okay.
Because they
Yeah.
use that, they use MDMA,
Therapy.
the key ingredient in ecstasy, for they're using it now to help people with PTSD.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And they used to use it back in the 70s for marriage counselling.
Okay.
Give it to the husband and wife, here, take this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see what happens.
Well, you know what's going to happen.
Well, it worked, obviously,
Yeah, come down as a motherfucker.
until they made it illegal. People started abusing it, funnily enough. Well, not abusing
I
it,
can't
taking it
believe
recreational.
I can't believe people have a problem with testing it.
I know.
What the fuck?
People do have a problem
I
with
know
it.
it's bizarre though.
But
It's saving
yeah, come
people's lives.
As a party promoter, it's clear to see that you would rather have no deaths
Yeah.
and people know what they're taking than just let them take it. They're going to take it anyway. People, out of 5,000 people at a party, a percentage of those people are going to take drugs no matter what.
That's right.
Whether that's 50% or 80% or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're going to take it.
That's right.
So you may as well have the option for them to test so they can see that there's not some fucking horrible poisonous shit that's going to fuck them up in there.
Yeah.
You'd rather have them test than have them drop.
That's what it should be. Test or drop. It's a good slogan.
Yeah, we could probably fine tune that a bit better.
Test or drop.
Did you hear from Camille?
I saw her in the gym. She's joined the gym. I think she wants to get in shape before she comes on.
Oh, okay.
So she's training.
So you did speak to her. And she
I said
wasn't-
hi. I didn't get to ask her if she was offended.
Oh, you should have.
No, I think she won't be though. I think
No,
she should be fine.
I don't think she will be.
I
Either.
tagged her in a photo of Cerise as well, so you could follow her on Instagram.
Much appreciated. Last time when we had the technical difficulties, the camera stopped. We kept talking. We fixed the problem, and we kept talking, and then we just started it where we were, which
Sure.
was the explanation of the
Yes.
the masseuses tripping over each other. and
Yes.
falling.
You have a
So,
deeper
but
explanation.
what we were actually talking about, as David Driscoll pointed out, was we were just
Conspiracy theories.
going on to conspiracy theories,
Yes.
and you were asking me whether I believed in all that shit. Basically, is what you were asking me.
Yes.
Because what one were we particularly talking about? Oh, I think it was the airplane that flew into the Pentagon
Yes.
and destroyed $93 trillion worth of
Debt.
debt.
Yes.
Yeah. Very convenient. I wish someone would destroy my $93 trillion worth of debt.
And funnily enough, then our podcast broke down.
Yes. Ooh.
Was it Illuminati?
Probably was, you know. They
Um,
sent that fucking electromagnetic pulse down the airwaves,
throbbing down the airways.
down the interweb,
Yes.
and they exploded our internal circuits.
And you know the cost of our studio, it's not cheap. So
We had to do a big repair on the whole circuit board and everything.
yes, and get
Yes.
some technicians in, scantily clad.
But like the
Female
damage
technicians.
on the Pentagon
yes,
is like a hole that you could imagine would be from a missile. There was no wing.
Oh, really?
There was no wing debris on the ground.
Oh, okay.
There was just
so you've seen footage.
There's a hole. There's no airplane debris there at all.
So where did the plane go?
There's
no plane.
Nah, there's the conspiracy that you're accusing me of believing of is that it was a missile that went there and blew it up, rather than an actual plane that flew into it.
So which one did they have footage of the plane going down with all the people on the plane talking on their phones, where they actually overcame the pilot and drove it into the ground rather than into
in a field or something, right? Yeah, that was another plane that had been supposedly was going to be hijacked as well, but something hit the Pentagon, right?
Oh,
but for it to hit as low as it hit, the plane would have to travel at a great speed virtually on the ground or just above the ground to hit it at such a low height, and the wings and everything would have hit the building. There's no you can imagine a circle for the body of the plane and then some sort of damage laterally either side for the wings. There was nothing.
Yes,
it's all very
clearly it's the work of the Illuminati.
Well, it's all very suspicious,
or
and no one can ask questions about it.
That's what we saw. What happened to us?
That's just even mentioning it.
Yeah, we maybe shouldn't talk about it anymore. We might get capped on the way to.
Maybe that's why that policeman was fucking following me on the way here.
Yeah, you got followed outside, didn't you?
Fuckers. Oh, I love them all.
That's right. We love the police.
Blue. Yeah.
Tops
are tops.
Yeah. I don't know why you want to do it.
Why what?
Why would you want to do it?
Become a copper?
Yeah.
Because you have a sense of justice.
My brother, who the one that I don't speak to, he wanted to be a copper.
Yes.
And it was definitely because he wanted to
get back at people from being...
Yeah, and just lord his authority over other people.
Yeah, right. I think there's a lot of that. Oh, there's a lot of that with highway patrol when they're just cunts.
Yeah.
And they pull you over and they're fucking assholes.
So he failed because he didn't finish grade 10. He failed the entry test to get a cop, so he became a security guard, next best thing.
Security guard? What, mall cop?
Hotel.
Carrying a gun?
No. Just looking at screens and going.
Quentin used to do that.
He had a gun, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to carry a gun.
Yeah, God, fucking who gave him a gun? Jesus Christ, especially back then.
When he had his little medical issues, that he wasn't allowed to have the gun license after that.
That's right.
So he did some security stuff that didn't require a gun for a while, but then now he drives a bus.
Have
you ever seen him driving a bus?
No, but I see him every day. I saw him this morning dropping the kids. His kids go to the same school as.
I look in every bus I drive past to see if he's driving it.
I think he does the Bondi.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
But he seems really happy now. It's good.
Well, I guess it's regular work and regular income. That always makes you a bit more content.
I think it seems that to a great degree, all of us have settled down except Roy.
How's that photo that he put up recently of him on his knees with two
just the
butler.
Just the butler ringing.
I think he's letting us know the time is almost up.
That's right. So what were we saying? Roy, what was he doing?
I think he was at outside a festival or some sort of music festival, and he was on his hands and knees. On his knees, sorry. Not his hands and knees, just on his knees with his hands clasped behind his back, and there was a copper on each side of him.
That's right.
Fake arresting him.
That's right, yeah. I think it was that.
He had a big smile on his face.
Yes, I remember, yeah. But you got to grow up eventually, don't you?
I don't know if he ever will.
No. How many kids have you got now?
Probably about as many as me.
Right. Yeah, but at least you endeavour to look after yours.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Oh, because he had two to begin with, didn't he? 20 years ago.
Two in Europe.
Yeah. Then he had his daughter.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe he's been pulling out after that.
Maybe. Who knows? BBC.
Is it? It's on LBC.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a sight to behold.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh well, there you go.
But apparently, it's quite lazy.
It's quite lazy.
He's quite lazy.
Right.
He thinks just whoever's there should just be happy that they're there.
Yeah. Well.
So that made me feel a little bit better, not much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I with the implementation of this healthy diet in my house, Jade decided that she would weigh and measure everyone's height.
Okay.
Right, weigh my kids and stuff. So
Right.
all the weight's done, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about my own weight. She wanted to measure my height, so when I was playing rugby, so like in my 20s or early 20s and late teens, I was 1m80, right? Now 1m81 is 5'11", so I used to just in my head round up my height to 5'11", even though technically it was 5'10" and a
Yeah,
half.
I do that with me. I'm about 6 foot.
Yeah, but actual 1m80 is just a centimetre under 5'11", right? So 5'10" and a half, say, was more accurate. That's 180. She measured my height, and I've lost 3 centimetres. I'm
Really?
177.
That's weird.
I'm only 5'9".
Yeah, okay.
I thought I was 5'11".
So you are shrinking.
And I'm 5'9". 177 centimetres.
That's nearly a dwarf.
What the fuck happened to those 3
I'm not going to
centimetres?
even measure myself then.
How did I lose 3 centimetres? Because seriously, it was 180.
It's all the heavy squatting.
Would that compress your
spine?
Would
No.
that shorten you?
Yeah, maybe you should hang it upside down for a little while.
Well, I have got some gravity boots, and I thought I
should bring them to the gym. I wouldn't mind using them as well.
All right. Well, I will. But that's quite disturbing. I literally have lost 3 centimetres of height.
Yeah. Maybe you gained on your cock.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Perhaps even a greater.
That's more.
gain.
That's why I'm so short.
Yes. Those extra 3 centimetres.
Yeah, they count for a lot.
They do. There's nothing like increasing from 3 to 4 inches.
From
From 3 up to 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we've got the penis stuff over with, not sure if we've got anything else to cover today.
You never told me who sent that nice message.
Can't tell
to
you. Can't tell you. Sworn to secrecy.
Damn.
I used to flat with her. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice girl. Really cool chick. Good fun.
Right.
That's what you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Just waving to her in case she's listening or watching.
Right. If she's listening, she wouldn't have heard that wave.
No, well, I'm waving to you, Kate.
Surname's Kate.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you just said you weren't going to tell me.
I'm not going to say her surname, so you might, you could be left in the dark.
That's all right. I don't really know anything.
No, you don't need to pursue that anyway.
Oh, no, I don't have any intention of it.
No.
Mm.
So,
So,
if you want to follow our podcast and make a comment, maybe share our YouTube channel.
we haven't addressed.
Subscribe.
We haven't addressed the plethora of comments that have been coming in over the past few weeks.
Have they?
Steve. Yeah, haven't you been seeing them?
Todd Williams has been mentioned.
Pages and pages of
them.
comments.
Yes, God,
We need to
thank you
address
for your
those.
support, ladies and gentlemen.
Next time we'll address those.
Yes.
Yes.
If they want to follow us on Instagram, what should they do?
They should check us. They should slide into our DMs or check us out at the push_podcast.
And if they want to email us directly,
Then they should go onto their Gmail, go into their internet.
the AOL server.
Yeah. Windows 123 or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
The push podcast 2018
At
2018
at
yes.
gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Or you can comment on YouTube after you watch this
That's right.
riveting show.
Yes. This is episode 21 of The Push. My name's Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood signing out. We'll see you next time.
Much love.